Hello, Gemini. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your second half of October love and life reading. So it's focused on the dates of October 16th all the way through Halloween, the 31st. It is general as always, Gemini, so it will not resonate with every single person tuning in. So please do take from this reading whatever makes sense for you, your life, your situation, and your relationship, and release the rest. If you're interested in a personal private reading from me, that information is down below in the description box, and I will also have a list of the card decks that I will feature during my readings, guys, okay? So Gemini, let's get started. I decided to use a couple of focus card decks for this reading for the second half of October. So this first card deck is the Barbieri Zodiac. It's not a huge deck, as you can see, just a few cards in there. It includes signs and elements. So I really wanted to see, based off of the very beginning of this reading, what comes through by way of signs for some of you. Of course, that doesn't apply to everybody because it's not going to pull forward every sign. So if there is a particular sign or element that you're looking for here and it doesn't come through with these cards, please watch the rest of the reading to see how it all unfolds, and it may potentially still resonate with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, Gemini, what comes through here from this Barbieri Zodiac deck. We have Cancer. Let me grab one more. We have Aries. Okay, so if Cancer and Aries is very prominent to you, and if these are people that represent relationships and people in your life, it might be grabbing your attention at this time. Bottom of the deck is air, so it's your own energy coming through here. It could also be tapping into Libra as well as Aquarius this time around, in addition to your own air energy, Gemini, okay? So I also wanted to grab an additional focus message from the Moonology card deck. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. An additional focus message for Gemini at this time for the second half of October. All right, guys, let's take a look. A time to give rather than take. It is a time to give rather than take. This is the new moon in Virgo, Gemini. So for some of you, sorry for the glare. I hope you guys can see that. For some of you guys, you might actually be thinking of a Virgo as well. Okay, so let's take a look and see, Gemini, what messages you would benefit from at this time for the second half of the month. This is the Mystic Moon Oracles by Angela from Mystic Moon. Let's take a look and see, Gemini, what needs to come through here. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What messages would Gemini benefit from at this time? Please bring it forward. All right, guys, pay attention to the signs that are coming through for you at this time. Signs come in many forms, you know. It could be significant for just you personally. So definitely pay attention to your surroundings, how people interact with you, anything that crosses your path. It's trying to tell you something. Okay, let's see what else. You've got your own free will. Everybody does. So let's see how that will play itself out in this reading. And going back to that focus message, a time to give rather than take. So maybe in regard to certain aspects of your relationships, maybe it's time for a little bit of a compromise there. Family. So family is being affected by what's going on here, either with you personally, Gemini, or the person that you are thinking about for this reading. And again, if they happen to be Cancer, Aries, a Virgo, or an air sign like yourself, that certainly is trying to grab your attention here. The next card is Purge. So there might be certain aspects of your life that need to be cleansed and released. There might be relationships, people, experiences, past experiences, you know, things that you're still holding on to, that's still coming forward as a bit of a burden for you maybe. It's time to let that go. It's time to do some cleaning here. Time to do some house cleaning here in your life and in your heart and what's going on in your space, your own personal space. This is the next card, grief. For me, I typically tap into divine feminine energy with that. And also 3 of Swords energy, which is air. So your very own energy. Could also be Libra and Aquarius, of course. But this is not a very easy card to come forward vibrationally. This is heartbreak. This is more than likely somebody that you are in separation from. Grief. You know, to be placed in the energy of grief, it's very painful. It's not an easy thing to go through by any means. And I feel for some of you that might have actually affected the dynamic of your family, especially if you guys have young children, you know, or just a family has been affected by a situation that is being challenged at this time, I feel. And I can't help but resonate with this message where it says a time to give rather than take. I feel that compromise was needed, but perhaps that was actually what was lacking, and that there is a bit of an imbalance here. Okay, so let's add some tarot to this. This is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon once again. And let's add to this, Gemini. Let's see what else needs to come through for this reading. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What additional messages need to come through here at this time for the second half of October? All right, let's take a look and see what else needs to come through. We've got the 7 of Swords, deception and strategy, but it looked like it was trying to come up in reverse, so that's how I'm going to read it. So Swords, air energy. Again, your own energy coming through here. So 7 of Swords in the reverse is coming clean, rethinking one's approach. But there's still an element of deception that is resonating with the energy of that card. That is interesting. And I was just mentioning that with this Purge card. It's time to clean up. It's time to clean house. Or it's just time to come clean, like this card says in the reverse. That's 7 of Swords energy. Wow. The next card is Justice. Typically Libra energy, so more air energy here. That is a soul contract between you and another. And if you guys are in separation, then it definitely affected those of you who had families. And somebody's dealing with a broken heart here. It hasn't been easy, I feel. The next card is a Hierophant. Spiritual advisement is what this card reads, followed by the Hangman. Okay, the Hangman offers us new perspective in our relationships. And then bottom of the deck here is the Lovers, which is your very own energy, Gemini. Twin flame connection is coming through here. Some of you identify with a twin flame connection. And it's interesting how it's falling right below this grief card, which I mentioned earlier, I feel is similar energy from the 3 of Swords. So there's a lot of air energy. There's a lot of your own energy that's coming through in this reading, Gemini. There is a decision that needs to be made in regard to this love connection. Somebody that is coming forward as your twin flame, more than likely. And again, going back to that soul contract of the Justice card, you know, this brings forward honesty and fairness, and it really addresses the truth in the situation here. Being able to see both sides of a situation so that you guys can find some sort of middle ground and hopefully regain balance in the connection if that's possible and if that's what you're both wanting, because there is definitely a need for balance and harmony here. That's a part of the energy that the Justice provides. But there's changes that need to happen here in order to restore balance. You can't keep going the way you guys have been going. And I feel that's a part of that purging process as well. Whatever needs to be released and let go of, that's a part of cleaning house. That's a part of coming clean. You know, some of you guys might be dealing with somebody who's struggling to just fess up to what they've done. And for some of my Geminis, it might actually be you who's struggling with that. So there's another element of a decision that needs to be made here with the Justice card. So we've got two cards here that are wanting you to make a decision, Gemini. And if it's not you, it's the other person you're thinking about. Or it might actually be both of you that might need to decide how it is you want this all to play itself out. Because you guys can actually move forward from this and actually have the potential of working things out if it's mutual. But each person has to take responsibility for what it is that they've done to possibly cause a rift in this relationship, and that brought you guys into separation more than likely. And then we've got the Hierophant here with that spiritual advisement energy. Tradition, religion, organization, conforming. That's all part of that Hierophant energy. Could also be a spiritual teacher. Gained wisdom, spiritual growth, and somebody that needs to choose the moral path here. Especially whoever it was that may have compromised their integrity in the situation, whether that had something to do with infidelity or third parties or just hurting the other person, being deceptive or manipulative in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be through infidelity or betraying somebody, but it's some painful energy that I'm feeling here, and that's tapping into this grief card that's coming forward. So somebody definitely is dealing with a broken heart here. But the Hierophant brings forward a new way of thinking too, which is so fitting with the Hangman right next to it, because this is tapping into new perspective. But there are new opportunities that just might present itself here. You got to be open to it though, Gemini. And again, going back to that Lover's card, this is a very deep spiritual union between you and this other person you're thinking about for this reading. And for others, you might identify with a very strong sexual union, actually, between you and this individual. Very passionate lovemaking. And when you're with this person, you know, it's almost like you don't see anybody else. It's just the two of you. You just have eyes for each other. It's that type of draw to this person that you have. They find you physically attractive and it's mutual. But there is a decision that needs to be made here. All right. So let's add some lovers. I was going to say Lovers Oracle, but I meant Romance Angels. Maybe I should pull the Lovers Oracle next, so we'll see. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What else do we need to know, please, at this time? For Gemini for the second half of October. But there is still love here, I feel, Gemini, between you and this person. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And again, very deep spiritual union between you and this person that you have in mind for this reading. Either you or this other person may have turned to prayer, tapping into their faith, whatever they believe in as far as this connection. And if it's been tested, that's a very challenging place to be in with this grief card. So sometimes when we are in that space of grieving, it's very difficult when we are in separation, especially from somebody that we have so much love for and that we care for that person. Whether this is you, Gemini, or the other person, or both of you, sometimes it brings you down to your knees, and when you're down on your knees, you pray. That type of energy is what I'm grabbing from that. And look at this next card. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Look at the next card, guys. Soulmate. Followed by, unbelievable, followed by a reconciliation. Okay, so what I'm grabbing from this is that it almost doesn't matter where you guys are at currently, because I feel that you will have a second chance here with this person. There is compromise that's needed. I am tapping into that energy from this focus card, a time to give rather than take. So if you've been taking more than giving, perhaps it's time for you to give more than taking. And it's equal. This other person has to be able to meet you halfway as well. But my goodness, look at the progression of these cards. Give your relationship a chance, soulmate, and reconciliation. So for some of you, there is another opportunity to reconnect with this person that you feel is either your soulmate and or a twin flame. There is a decision that needs to be made here to be able to either deal with the problems or talk about it and purge things out of that connection that needs to go, so that you guys can work on the partnership and reconnect and actually have it work out this time without all of the challenges that you guys had to deal with before. Okay, so let's add to this, Gemini, with some Fire Witch Tarot Infinity Oracle. Let's take a look and see what else needs to come through here. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. Please bring it forward for me. What else do we need to know at this time? All right, Gemini, let's see what else you need to know at this time for the second half of October. Embracing the light. Holiday love. Oh my gosh. Look at this bottom card here, guys. Spiritual. Again, tapping into that energy of turning to prayer, especially when times get tough in our lives. Embracing the light. Moving out of the darkness, moving out of the dark energy that you guys had to endure in this connection, in this relationship. Laying down those burdens. And I feel here for some of my Geminis that this reconciliation might happen during the holidays. Okay, that is an indication here. So that's a bit of a time frame that this reading is actually providing for you. And as the cup says, all I want for Christmas is you. Could be mutual. That's pretty awesome, guys. So I really feel a shift happening here. So it might not happen the second half of October, but again, the holidays are indicated here, which is really right around the corner. So November-ish, December-ish might be really special for you and this person. Okay, so let's add to this with some signs from Spirit Love Oracle. So angels and spirit guides focusing on Gemini energy, please. Bring it forward for the second half of October. So let's take a look, guys, and let's see what else needs to come through here. Let's take a look and see. Look at that. The rainbow, a renewal. A reconciliation, a renewal. Look at that rainbow. What a beautiful image that is. For me, the color red is very passionate, full of love. And I really feel here that that's the type of connection that you have with this person. Wow, let's grab another one. An additional message. Nail, crucify. Okay, so part of this energy is sometimes it's very painful, you know, and I feel that that's contributing to this Three of Swords energy. And I really do feel here, Gemini, that you guys have been through one hell of a tough road in regard to this whole situation. Somebody may have felt like they were crucified somehow. But I really feel here that you guys are progressing beyond the challenges and leaving that behind. That's a part of that purging process, I feel. So no, it hasn't been easy, and it might actually take some time to completely move out of that difficult period in this connection. But I really feel here towards the latter half of this year, you can actually make progress towards reconnecting and working on the partnership. Look at this bottom of the deck. We've got 222. If you happen to be seeing that number, it is tapping into partnerships and balance. Pay attention to the new people entering your life, Gemini, and take time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. That is what that card is talking about. You guys can reconnect and work through this partnership. You can make it work. As long as you both want it, you can make it work. Wow. All right, so now I'm going to grab those Lovers Oracle cards. Let's see what else we can add to this. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please, for the second half of October. Please bring it forward for Gemini. Yes, and I'm going to grab this bottom card. Look at this. This is so needed here. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. I mean, where is that card? Look at the energy from this particular card that came through for you, Gemini. Embracing the light. And this healing energy is telling you, imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by that light. That is what's going to create healing here between the two of you. The other card that came through for you, bottom of the deck, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. What a beautiful sentiment. So this is either words that are coming from you, Gemini, or the person that you feel is your soulmate and or twin flame. There's a lot of passion here. There's a very deep spiritual connection and bond between you and this person. And I really feel here you're going to get a second chance. You know, you got the rainbow. You have a renewal that's coming through here. So since we've got healing represented here, let's go ahead and grab some additional healing messages. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. Some additional healing messages, please, for the second half of October. All right, guys, let's see what else comes through. Enchantment, bottom of the deck. Focus, I can't help but grab the next card. Soulmate. To me, enchantment brings forward that magical type feel to a situation, almost fairy tale-ish in nature. And I really feel here when you're with this person, they make you happy, you know, as if you were in a fairy tale, like everything's perfect. But yeah, look at this. Soulmates. That's what you guys are. And or you identify more with a twin flame connection. And again, the Lovers card is representative of Gemini energy. So there's a decision that needs to happen here. And I feel here part of that decision from you, Gemini, is that you want this person back. And I do feel that it is mutual. They want you back as well. You guys have challenges to overcome, and I feel that you will. I really do feel that you guys can overcome that. Okay, so moving on, I ended up getting a couple of brand new decks from the Flames of Alchemy. And the first deck is tapping into Divine Masculine energy. And of course, the other deck will be for Divine Feminine. So let's add to this, Gemini, and let's take a look and see if this will address some of the challenges that you guys had endured, focusing on Divine Masculine energy. And it is energy, guys. It doesn't have to be male or female. Whoever resonates with these messages. All right, guys, let's take a look and see. Focusing on Divine Masculine energy. What else needs to come through here? So angels and spirit guides for Gemini. Flying out. Defeated. We have a Divine Masculine who is feeling defeated by how things played itself out in this connection. You know, even though I mentioned that this for me is typically Divine Feminine energy, with that grief card, it could be male or female technically, you know. And it could also be mutual, where both of you feel heartbroken over how things played out in this relationship. Some of you guys might also have dealt with a Divine Masculine who's very focused on their money, and they're coming forward with greedy energy, not wanting to share. However specific that is for some of you, that is coming through. All right, let's go ahead and add to this with the Divine Feminine. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini. Let's take a look and see what type of energy the Divine Feminine is in for this reading. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. What else needs to come through here at this time? For our Divine Feminine, let's take a look and see what else needs to come through here. Aw, that's nice. Look at that, unconditional love. Unconditional love. And the bottom of the deck is tapping into the energy of the crown chakra, consciousness. She is very aware of the type of connection that this represents in her heart. And perhaps for my Divine Feminines, that's why it hurts so much to not be together, because ultimately you know what it represents to you. Whether a soulmate, whether a twin flame, it doesn't matter. The love is the same. Look at the card after that. Divine partnership. You know, my Divine Feminine recognizes this. And I feel here it's just a matter of time before this manifests itself in the 3D, guys. You know, with this unconditional love, the Divine Feminine has loved her person, her soulmate, her twin flame, the Divine Masculine, unconditionally. And that's a beautiful place to be, because that's a very difficult thing to find. We have too many conditions that we place on others sometimes, and to be able to find somebody who can love you unconditionally, it's beautiful and it's rare. But it's there, you know, if you're lucky enough to find it. All right, so let's add to this with some whispers of love. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. Let's see what else. Let's see what additional messages I can grab for you, Gemini. All right, guys. What else, please, for Gemini's reading, angels and spirit guides, for the second half of October? Speak the language of love. And the bottom card reads, honesty is essential. You know, it's true. It's like when you guys have the chance to reconnect and start talking again, these two cards are actually so crucial. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. And it's true, because if you guys reconnect and are in this place of arguing and not seeing eye to eye and just bickering and not really solving the issues, then it's very difficult to be able to overcome the challenges and be able to welcome in the type of reconciliation that you're looking for. So it has to go through a little bit of some intense scrutiny to just really talk through everything so that you can just leave the past behind and move forward as two people who legitimately just love each other and want to spend the future together. Honesty is essential to be a loving person. It is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So make those conversations count, guys, okay? And come from a place of honesty and be open to what they're saying. And there has to be compromise there. And that ultimately is what this is coming through to tell you, Gemini. Sorry, I hope you guys can see that. A time to give rather than take. And I feel here the best gift that you can give this person is to just be able to openly accept what it is that they're telling you. And they need to do the same. There has to be an equal exchange of love and energy and desire from both of you to be able to make this work. I do feel that you have what it takes. You both do, in order to meet each other halfway and make this reconciliation stick. I really do feel that for you. Beautiful. All right, let's close this out, guys, with some lovers. I keep wanting to say Lovers Oracle, but no. I've already pulled that deck. All right, Guardian Angel messages. I don't know why I keep saying that. I guess it's because of the Lovers card representing Gemini. All right, let's close out this reading for you, Gemini, and grab some final messages here. All right, we have a prayer, and the bottom card says gratitude. All right, here's your prayer, Gemini. It reads, Dear God, help me always to remember that this present life is but a fleeting moment within eternity. Help me always to remember that this life is but a dream. Help me always to remember that you exist within everyone and everything. Help me always to remember that love is all there is and all else is an illusion. Thank you. So that's a very nice prayer coming through for you, Gemini. And you also have the gratitude card. And this reads, thank you. So there's a lot of thank yous coming through here. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love. Where is that card? 2 references to unconditional love. You emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. And I feel here that it's so interesting that there is a reference to the earth. And so again, for some of you guys, the person that you might be thinking about for this reading could actually be an earth sign. So we already have a reference to Virgo, could also be Capricorn and Taurus. So there's tons of blessings that are coming in for you, Gemini, and yes, you have some obstacles to overcome. There are decisions that do need to be made here, but at the end of the day, I really feel that you can reconnect with the person that you love and are focused on for this reading. So take advantage of the energies of that rainbow and this renewal that wants to come in for your relationship. And I feel here that you guys can find happiness once again with this person. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this. I hope that you were able to resonate with this. And if you are interested in a private reading, Gemini, that information is down below in the description box, and I will be back very soon with more readings for you. So thank you so very much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Take care.